Yo, what's up, homies? These are the games that got me my top 1,000 finish. This is my This is my 8th. Technically, it's like my 10th top 1,000 finish. But yeah, I have them like spread across accounts. But yeah, let's just get right into this. He's gonna go Firecracker at the bridge. I'm not like reacting to that because I was looking him up on Real API, so I didn't have time to know right away what his deck was. He goes Spear Goblins here at the bridge. 100% I should have ate this damage. 100% I should have ate this damage. I used Tombstone. I should have just taken the Spear Goblins to the face, realizing that he didn't have Login Cycle, and then just knowing that because he didn't have Login Cycle, I need to get a lot of value from that Tombstone instead of just wasting it on 2 Elixir Skeletons that aren't gonna really touch my tower. So now I'm forced into like a really weird scenario right here, which I would not recommend. That NATO was super risky as well, to try to get the mini P.E.K.K.A to the king. So now we have like a comeback situation because of how badly I played that. So let's just see how we set up the the comeback. We're gonna go opposite lane. Just because we don't want to give him lightning value on the right side. At this point, I do know that he has lightning, even though he hasn't played it. He's going to just spam. I'm going to go knight plus opposite lane tombstone plus barbell, just overcommitting a shit ton. Making sure that he does not like go log on top of my tombstone and get the hit. He plays mini P.E.K.K.A here, and then it's going to get shredded by the barbell that's getting tanked for by the knight. I think I'm going to go dragon bottom left. And then probably Evo Knight at the bridge and graveyard because he doesn't have mini P.E.K.K.A in the cycle, so this will be a really good push. I think right here I was a little bit scared that he was going to go like Ice Golem and Kite, so I waited on the graveyard for a second because I thought he might try to kite my Evo Knight to the opposite lane, so we did play it a little bit sketchy, and you saw how I used my NATO on offense like that. But I pre-placed my tombstone just to make sure that because he used log on defense, he can't really lightning a half health tombstone. It's not very smart. And now he's going for like a late log. I'm going graveyard at the same time. He can't pressure with a hog on the right lane, because if he does try to hog on the right lane, then I'm just gonna go tombstone in front of my tower, and he won't be able to log it. So like we're gonna go barbell, hit the Firecracker, kite that back, tombstone in front of my tower. Even if he does go log, it'll be so late that it like wouldn't work, which he does go for the log and it doesn't work. I was ready with my dragon to catch his Firecracker here at the bridge, but for some reason he didn't play it. If I was him, I would have at least tried to get that cheeky little shot. We're gonna just go naked graveyard poison on top of the spear goblins, NATO the hog rider, tombstone in front of the mini P.E.K.K.A yet again. And then we are going to go Evo Knight at 0, considering he played a Firecracker to snipe my Tombstone Skeletons. We go Barber on top of the Firecracker. I think we're just going to go... Okay, because he played Spear Goblins, we're going to just wait. We're going to go Little Prince in the middle, and then NATO. We have 3 card cycle, Tornado activated right now. And now we're going to go Naked Graveyard, probably Poison. I think at this point I activate his king because I just don't care. I think I did that on purpose. I just didn't care. I knew he was going to play the Firecracker at the bridge, but I didn't really have any way of stopping it. Not like it mattered too much. Yeah, we're going to go Poison plus NATO, which takes game. Log does not do enough damage. He's forced to go Hog Rider, so I start doing the Cry Face, knowing Log does not do 89 damage. So... that was one of the games that we played. These are like the last probably 5 games that we played. So now we'll jump into our next one. This is going to be against Giant Graveyard player. And yeah, so this matchup is extremely difficult, as I'm sure you guys all know. So I have 2 Giant Graveyard players that I beat in a row for top 1000, which is 2 hard counters. So I definitely think today's video you'll learn like a lot right here. So this knight is a sketchy knight, right? I did this very first play. I went knight in front only because I was trying to starting hand him because I didn't know if he was going to have his boar in the cycle or not. Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason is I just didn't know Like, I wanted to try to catch him without his bowler. I am going to go graveyard here, just knowing that his cycle is super awkward right now. Like, his hand, he has to, like, use spells. He, like, no matter what. And, I do get a lot of damage there. And now, we're going to go for, like, because if he tanks for this, we're obviously just going to defend with, like, a different way. But because he did not drop a giant in front, I'm actually going to get the free King Tower activation. So, now that I have the activation, we're in like a really good position, and he has to do something about my knight, like split barbs or something, or just take quite a bit of damage, which he decides to take quite a bit of damage. Because I have king activation, I can play this super weird, so I'm gonna go high little prince and actually poison the night witch plus giant. And as soon as, if he does go graveyard, I'm gonna actually just ability just to push the giant back outside of the range of my tower to make sure that it doesn't lock onto the giant. And luckily my tower did not ever like retarget back onto the giant. So, because sometimes that happens with graveyard, like as I'm sure you guys all know. And so that did not happen there, luckily. So we're going to go low tombstone here. Just kite all of these barbs. And then I think we might go Evo Knight graveyard at the bridge because he doesn't have barbs. Yeah, we're going to go Evo Knight. We're going to wait a half second. We're going to go graveyard. And now we're going to go prediction poison on top of the archers, since we know he has to play them about right there. So, pretty good push. We almost take his tower there. We can go dragon in the back right. Get like a really good barbell. Okay, we're actually not going to barbell NATO. Just going to ability. Tombstone. In the middle. We're going to go NATO all of the Evos to the left side. And then just poison. I could have gotten a higher up poison. I think I was just a little bit freaked. So we're going to go dragon in the bottom right probably. Yeah, just to snipe the rest of this boar health. And we're going to go graveyard at the same time he drops all that elixir because like he's down. I'm going to go poison on defense right now. Gonna get like a knight down, and it does not matter. GG's, well played. We're gonna cry on him, of course, because he had barbs, bowler, archers. Not really my favorite matchup right there. And here's the next giant graveyard player that we end up smacking down. This is a different version. This guy has zappies, I believe. He's got like a weirder version. So we're just gonna like probably cycle like a barbell. Barbell is my safest card to cycle, to be honest. I could tombstone as well, but I think barbell is like the safest play in this situation, because it kind of like forces out a response, and if he doesn't, then I'm already up in damage like from the very get-go. So, yeah, we do exactly that. And he goes arrows. So, because he goes arrows, I'm not going to leak elixir. And I'm just going to go tombstone, because that means I'm up 1. Maybe 1.5, because he had to react to the barbell and not predict it. So, actually, we're up like 1.5. So, now I'm not leaking any elixir. Trying to keep my my elixir lead going. Little prince behind king. Dragon behind king. Or behind left side. Tombstone Skeleton's going to prevent all of that from getting damaged. We're going to go graveyard immediately. The dragon is actually splashing the zappy, which is so good for us. Kind of played that in a bad spot. I think I do ability here just to try to keep our little prince alive and see what happens. Yeah, little prince does stay up because of that. We actually get way more value from the little prince than I think we should have. And it does. Okay, so here's a mess up though. I should have just poisoned on defense, knowing that there's no way in hell he could have afforded a graveyard right then. So we end up taking so much damage here. Yeah, probably should have just poisoned, identifying that there's no way he could have went giant graveyard at that exact moment. So kind of a big mistake there in retrospect. Let's see. Okay, knight in the back makes sense. He should have went split zappies. I'm not exactly sure why he went all 3 on that side. And now he's trying to bridge battle me. And he doesn't have tornado, mind you. So I pretty much always win the bridge battle right here, he's trying to go in. So I'm just going to go Evo Knight at the bridge. I should have just abilitied here, I think. I don't really know if ability would have been better. Yeah, actually, no. Actually, I do know. Ability would have definitely been better than Barb Barrel. But on the bright side here, we actually do save our tower, and there's 16 seconds left. And if you notice, he just used log. Or no, sorry, not log. He just used arrows and he just used snowball. We predict that he's going to play a 5 elixir card with a baby dragon graveyard push on the opposite lane. He has no spells in hand. He's forced to play his cheapest card to try to get to arrows, which is zappies. It's too late. Overtime drips over, and we end up taking the game from him. So really well timed graveyard right there. We did predict. In the game, I was trying to predict that he was going to play a bowler or just like a 5 elixir card in general. So yeah, he had like he did not have the cycle, didn't have barbs, didn't have arrows or snowball, so a really great push. This is an E-Giant game. Personally, I think this matchup is like 60-40 for Clasher Tim, so I thought this one was like important to like watch over, because I think I played this one really, really well. And this guy does somehow get the King Tower activation against me. You'll see how he does it. I'm not exactly sure how he did it, but pretty incredible stuff. I think his NATO's underleveled. I'm not actually sure. He might not even have the underleveled NATO. He might just got like the lucky interaction. You ever see this push? That's a poison. That's a poison and a half, in fact. I'm gonna go Barbarill just to snipe that little prince, keep some health on my dragon, and then we're gonna go double Tombstone, since there's no way he'll be able to like get back to an E-Giant before I'll be able to have my next Tombstone up. We are up 1 elixir. Kind of just chilled. Not in a bad scenario right now. Not in a great one. I went Knight at the bridge expecting him to block with his Knight, but he actually screwed up and didn't block the bridge. So it kind of made my play not make so much sense. But if he had blocked the bridge right there the way that he tried to, he actually would have taken a lot of damage. So kind of sad that he failed to block the bridge there, because I would have gotten so much damage on his tower had he not made a mistake there, which is funny to say that. But yeah, so against E-Giant bowler, you always want to go opposite lane Tombstone of wherever the bowler is, and you always want to pressure like pretty hard in the opposite lane. Even if you're like down elixir, it's probably smart. So like right here, I was trying to predict that he was going to E-Giant because I knew that he was up elixir. If you notice, he just leaked elixir right there. I knew that I was down like 1 or 2, and so I was expecting him to E-Giant in the back, so that's why I was trying to like catch him off guard with like a Knight little prince on the opposite. But he didn't fall for it. We're going to go for a graveyard push and then just NATO in his Evo Knight. And I think this is a good play because now he's forced to play even more elixir. He didn't really have to be honest. I think that he kind of wasted his little prince, like watching this back. We're going to go probably Tombstone. Okay, we're going to go Evo Knight in the back. Now we're going to go little prince in the back. We're going to go Dragon at the bridge graveyard. We need to apply that pressure to make sure he does not lightning. And then we're going to go Tombstone now immediately. He does lightning, but he lightnings the wrong thing. He should have probably just hit the Tombstone at that point. The Tombstone and the little prince. We're going to go poison on the left side. Always poisoning whenever we see a bowler and a little prince. It's just too much value not to take. I poison bowler. I poison Barbarill and baby dragon snipe bowlers anyways, so for him to drop a little prince into there, it was just kind of like, you know, kind of just perfect for us. I'm gonna go graveyard plus Barbarill, knowing that he's gonna block the bridge. Like obviously he would, like that's his best play. We're gonna go double Tombstone, and then we're gonna go Knight right on the side just to catch the bowler. We can play the Knight in a weird spot because we know that he doesn't have Tornado in cycle. So you notice how like I played the Knight all the way on the right side instead of behind that bowler. That's why I'm able to get away with that play. We're going to go like Tombstone now because we kind of like are forced to. We're in that weird cycle where we have a bunch of spells in our building. So we go high Little Prince, we're going high Evo Knight. We're just making sure right now that he can't lightning my tower. That's all I'm doing. I'm just making sure he can't lightning my tower. He does get that NATO off, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know how that NATO worked, but yeah, super scary push here. How are we defending this? We're just going to be using another Poison Tornado on defense. Like, Poison Tornado is like super busted, guys. Like, as a Splashyard main, I can tell you right now, like, Poison Tornado probably needs a nerf. Like, don't say that to anybody else, though. But yeah, Poison Tornado is pretty OP. So Dragon is like splashing his bowler right now, just taking it all the way down. We're gonna go for a new tombstone right now. We're gonna get a Little Prince down, knowing that he's gonna lightning this tombstone. We're gonna ability make sure we can block, like push back this E-Giant. Poison his tower for good measure, as if it was even possible for him to come back. He's going to realize that he's lost and just give up. Super good win there. I think we really, like, I think that was kind of like pitch perfect on our part for what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So now we have our final game. This was the game for the guaranteed top 1000 finish. This was the game. So yeah, very fun game right here. This is like the game where it's all on the line right now. We're just gonna go tombstone one tile from the middle, like to the right side. We're gonna go like one extra tile to the right from the middle, because he played minions. The minions there that he played behind the balloon, that was to try to bypass my tombstone if I played it in the middle. So don't let Lava Hound players catch you off guard like that. They can also do that play with Skeleton Dragons, where they push it closer to the wall, and the normal tombstone spot right directly in the center will not pull the balloon. We're gonna go Knight in front just to tank for these guards, and then we're gonna go for an ability to try to snipe the miner, and then we're gonna get Dragon down. And this, I did not roll API this guy, so I didn't actually know his deck. So I didn't know if he had Fireball Zap. I didn't know what his spells were. I knew that he had arrows at this point because he had just used them. But I kind of figured out about right here, right when he plays the bomber, I kind of figured out that this guy does not have a great answer to our Little Prince. So that means that, and you can tell because look at his positioning on this Lava Hound. That is so weird, right? Like, you've never probably seen that, especially for like a guaranteed top 1000 finish. That's the place where he's deciding to put it. Well, he's doing that for a reason. He's doing that because he doesn't have anything for Little Prince. So like, Little Prince just sits here and it's just gonna cook forever. Like, if he doesn't do something, it's just gonna sit here and cook forever. Evo Knight is tanking for the minions. Super good interaction. I mean, look, Baby Dragon got that lucky. There's a lucky interaction in this game where the Baby Dragon will actually one-shot and hit all of the Lava Hound pups, and we actually got that interaction to work out for us. Super awesome. We're gonna go Knight in the back right. We don't even need to leak Elixir. We're gonna go Dragon in the back right. I want to wait a little while on my tombstone because I know that he'll just arrows it right away. So I'm just gonna go Little Prince on the right side, and I'm gonna go Graveyard right here for the first time pressure. And then I think I'm going to just NATO and then Poison immediately on top of this minion horde to make sure my Little Prince stays up. And now he can't play minions, he can't play bomber, he can't play anything. It's just going to all get shredded. I'm going to use my ability. He has no ground card in cycle other than bomber. So how's he going to stop this? Go Dragon on defense. He gives up, realizing there is no way he's going to break through. GG's. Well played. Let's freaking go. So yeah, I hope that this video helped you guys, and I'm so sorry I haven't been like uploading, dude. Like, I've just been so focused on like making sure that I could like still compete, and I just recently came back to streaming, as you guys know. So anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching today's video. Drop some likes if you want more videos, because it helps me, it helps just motivate me to just like bring you guys content. So peace.